This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, 2016 NFL MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons face off with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a minute ago, it was Jameis Winston leading his Buccaneers out of the tunnel. They're on their feet here in Tampa as the Bucs get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. It'll be Matt Ryan leading him under center, the 11th-year quarterback, 4-time Pro Bowler, and the MVP of the league in 2016.
What a season Matt Ryan had in 2016, where he led the NFL in so many different categories as a quarterback. Numbers dropped in 2017, but the team still qualified for the playoffs, took down the higher-seeded Rams in L.A. before losing a tough one in Philadelphia to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Matt Ryan, he makes them go in Atlanta.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards for Julio Jones as wide receiver. One of the strongest receivers in the league. Runs over defensive backs, but also thinks his way through the game. Really knows how to collaborate with his quarterback, Matt Ryan.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay. And linebacker Levante David uses his speed and his smarts to overwhelm opposing offenses. Forced 5 fumbles in 2017. That's a carryover from what we saw him do at the University of Nebraska. He's a guy you got to count for on every snap. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Tampa Bay team, they got back in the win column last week. Victory over the Browns, albeit in a pretty interesting fashion. You know, Chandler Catanzaro hit the game-winning 59-yarder. He had missed an extra point and a 40-yard field goal earlier in the game.
So he needed that to redeem himself, and they needed that win in a big way. Remember how the season started? 2-0. Ryan Fitzpatrick, what did they call it? Fitzmagic at that time. Then they lost their next 3. They needed this game in a big way to try and keep afloat in the NFC South. Now, the good thing is they do own a victory over New Orleans, who's setting the pace. And they have Jameis Winston back as their quarterback. 365 yards throwing the ball. Even though he threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble, He was also the team's leading rusher with 55 yards.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A carry for a former Falcon, Jaquiz Rogers. And he powers his way up past the 30. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
On third down, it's Barber. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And an early sack there for Tampa Bay. Charles, that is a welcome sight.
A sight for sore eyes, you might say, right? Just 22 sacks on the season in 2017. And what they're hoping that some of their one-on-one guys can get home this year instead of having to scheme to try and get sacks.
And those 22 sacks last in the league a year ago. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Ryan to throw. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan back into his end zone. And that is incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Look at the dance and the juke. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready, 125.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jaquiz Rodgers there. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Ready, blue lady.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Here's Winston. A dump underneath to Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Jameis again. Pass incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Ready, blue lady.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Let's go now. Ready.
Jameis now on 1st down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To the air again with Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready, back 25.
Now Ryan on 1st down. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Offside, defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
Final play of the half here, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense, just a lone field goal in that first half, and as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights, but that's okay. We've got a full half to go, and to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. On the return, this is Jaquiz Rogers. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Ready. Blue ready.
They go play action. Winston. He's going to let it go again. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Ready? White 25.
A second down throw for Winston. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Ready? Blue lady.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter, because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Ready? Blue lady. Boys, hold up. Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Ready? Blue lady.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And an alley to run. And he gets it down to the 32.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
That
Yeah,
penalty
it doesn't
is
take a
declined.
whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the penalty not quite enough to get him the first as they'll come up here on 3rd and inches.
We got 4. We got ready. Blue lady. Let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue lady. Let's go. Boys, hold up.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Matt Ryan with 3 game-winning drives for the Falcons last year. He's got a chance for one here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They'll look to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, 53 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead.
I don't think there's any great secret or mystery here. We're in the 4th quarter. You've got to take that shot, especially since you're down on the scoreboard. But I have to understand what was going on defensively. They've got to know that as well, don't they?
Absolutely, but they look lost defensively, and they took that shot, got in the end zone, now in position here to take the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. That time a 6-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Ready.
Back to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Winston to throw. And he's got room. Dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Here's Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
Let's go now. Ready. Blue lady.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the offensive unit called the TO. And now we are ready to resume play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. White 25. Boys, head up. Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And he'll stop it with a spike here with 7 seconds left on the clock. And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. This from 55 yards out. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. This from 55 yards out. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They needed a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.